Something about Squid Game's editing messes with your brain, and you probably didn't even notice it. There's cuts designed to trigger anxiety, shot sequences that steer your focus, and tension builds so subtle they keep you hooked without knowing why. Now, I'm a pro editor who's generated over 1 billion views, and I'm gonna break down exactly how these tricks work so you can start using them in your own edits. Everybody is talking about episode 2 being the craziest episode in the entire series. Oh,
can you hear me?
Gosh dang.
Ready or not, here I come.
This is also a smart little trick. Did you notice the delay on that musical cue? The music didn't start the moment the countdown started. It actually started just a few seconds before the countdown. But why does that matter? If you start the music the moment the countdown starts, it's perfectly in time. But you don't want that. You want time to feel like it's running out too quickly. By cueing in the music before the clock starts, it sort of makes you feel like, oh, they already have less time already. They already feel rushed. The music started before the timer. Golly! I forgot this was a killing show. I love how this is edited like a horror film. What the heck? That scene alone is proof how important close-up shots are. If your client is one of those beautiful people that is only getting wide shots all the time, but they never take the time to get some close-ups, what are you doing? Even if they added a bone crack sound to this shot of them running up the stairs, it wouldn't have hit nearly as hard as cutting to a harsh close-up, because the visual cut and the audio cut happening at the same time makes it feel 2 times jarring than it would if only one of those happened. Okay, this guy's just aura farming. Okay, I love that. I love that so much. Oh my gosh. All the characters, they went separate directions. That's typically the moment where you would cut and show the other characters that we haven't shown yet. But they keep holding the camera on this guy. That takes a lot of editing discipline. A lot of editors, they want to show out to their client so much, prove that they're editing, so that means more chops, right? No, the discipline to allow the camera to run after this guy made the scene feel like, wait a minute, it's not over? What's about to happen? Golly, bro. By the way, if you want to edit the kind of videos that actually go viral and get paid for it, I put together a free viral editing secrets guide showing how I've edited videos that hit 10 million, 50 million, even 70 million views. It's completely free. Just hit the link in the description to get access.
Open doors! Hold on! Open the door!
You backstabber!
Wait for me.
Oh, they've done it again, bro. The moment that you've closed a gap of curiosity, you've answered the question of the audience, you need to open a new one or else they're going to click off. And that's exactly what they did here. The door opens, even though most people would think they're going to cut away to the next scene, but it lingers on that shot. And that extra 4 seconds of not cutting makes the scene feel more real. Oh my gosh, he got filet-o-fished. Oh, that's so good. Notice this music in the background is building crescendos over and over. But it does it when nothing different is happening on the screen, which goes against what a lot of films and TV shows do. Typically, a crescendo happens when somebody punches you in the face. Denim! Ka-chow! Bang! But they're building a bunch of crescendos to subconsciously throw you off of your game. Your brain starts to go, well, when is the big thing gonna happen? But they keep crescendoing and nothing's changing. If they decide to do something like a jump scare, it is going to scare the absolute poop out of you. This guy stays OR farming. What is this dude's deal, bro? He's not even turning around to look at him. Okay, whatever.
Fuck.
Oh, he's cooked. Oh! Did you notice the sound of his breathing right here? It's pretty quiet, but he's frantically running. Now cut to here. As he's desperately fiddling with the keys trying to open the lock, they raise his volume absurdly loud. Now it's not just because the character is closer to the camera. Right there, you hear it? When I heard his breathing get louder like that, his breathing started to scare me, which means I'm more afraid of this guy chasing him. But if they didn't start with his breathing being quiet and then building it up to this louder volume, it wouldn't have scared me like that. Dang! Oh! This guy's ore farming too. Get him out of here. Haha.
This way.
You know, that is something that so many editors, they just don't do it. Rarely do I see an editor that pans the audio. Listen to her voice.
This way.
It's panned to the right ear, and that helps build the immersion. When you're creating certain visuals, if you're gonna pop something on the left side, maybe pan the audio to the left side every so often. I did a variation of this technique in a video. There was no music, no visual effects, but everybody was commenting about the editing, saying, give the editor a raise. Now, if you're serious about editing, not just making things look good, but actually understanding how to influence the audience's brain and make a living doing it, that's exactly why I built the Elite Editor Academy. It's not a YouTube tricks course, it's a step-by-step program that helps editors land top-tier clients, charge way more, and finally build real momentum. If you want to apply, the link's in the description. Oh my gosh, this is so good. These are so good for building tension because nobody's really saying anything. What do you do when nobody's talking and telling you how to think? You start to think for yourself. You start to project your own emotions and feelings on what you're looking at. That's what this lets you do. It allows you to project. What is 442 thinking? What is the other player thinking? I wonder. And you just start projecting and building your own story. And that's why if your prediction comes true, you immediately get more attached to the show because now it makes you feel smart. And as an editor, you want your audience to feel smart after watching your videos.
I found the exit. We can all get out of here now. Come on. Come on.
Oh, gosh, why did they have to do that? Dang it. I was very emotionally connected to that guy. What are you doing? Stop. Yeah, I'm done. Oh my gosh. Why'd they have to kill him, bro? Especially in such an emotional moment, but that's what they do to you, man. They were playing the sad piano music before he died. And it's just like, yeah. If they got stabbed and then the editor kicked in the music, it wouldn't have hit as much. It needed about 10 to 30 seconds to warm us up for this death, because that appears to be a major character. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The 12 viral editing secrets. Links in the description. Gotcha. Oh, dang.
Kill me.
Oh my gosh, the strings are so good. Oh my, strings trigger a fight or flight response. This isn't the only show to do this. Christopher Nolan used similar music in Oppenheimer when the bomb was going to explode. Quentin Tarantino did the same thing when a slave owner was about to get whipped by a slave. That man was about to kill a child. That is another level, which means it needs the most scary music. Throughout this entire episode, we have not heard music that sounded quite like that. That is genius. What you crying for? He's still alive. Oh, wait. Yay! He got the guy. Now, there's another creator I know whose editing feels like a full-blown panic attack, but somehow it works. The pacing, the chaos, even the mistakes are all part of the strategy. I'm warning you, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And you can watch that video here.